Two teams here fresh off Week 1 victories. Who can keep it going as we're underway on EA Sports? That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Ryan to throw. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36.
Ready! Back 25! Wait!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Demario Davis there on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Wait. Left. Hey, let's go.
On 2nd down, Ryan swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while. And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
21, 21. 12.
From nearby Norcross, Georgia, it's Alvin Kamara. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 2nd down, Kamara wiggles free, breaks free again. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Let him.
Now they'll throw with Breeze. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what
Put
you
your
do
foot on
best.
the gas.
Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready, blue 80. 21. Ready to go.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
On second down, here's Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 18 yards the gain for number 18. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They go play action here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. Looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Good, good. Line 4, ready.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
That's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's the backup, Bridgewater. Over the middle to Smith. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A first down throw for Bridgewater. Forced out to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he spins through. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield. Picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Get wide now. 20.
Again, this is Kamara. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to spin free. Oh, another great move. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Jones. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints are back within a score. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out come the Falcons now. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? And he's taken down here by the Saints. Tyler Davison in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Ready. Check 3. 11. Ready, go.
From the shotgun, Ryan. He goes underneath to Freeman. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Gun. Wait. Hey, gun.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Ryan to Sanu, good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Gun. Hey, express. 21. Switch. Gun.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Flushed out right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Space. Gun. Ready. 11. 12. Hey, South.
They snap it at 1. Now Ryan. He's going to launch this thing way down. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. First down, Bridgewater. That's going to be caught. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Not time enough for a play and then a timeout, you wouldn't think. So with 4 seconds left, they're going for it. They'll run it with Kamara. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. Less than an extra point attempt here. This is an 18-yarder. And Lutz's kick is good. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. A second down throw for Bridgewater. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. This quarterback now a perfect 5 of 5 since taking over. They haven't missed a beat. 1st and 10. They go play action. Bridgewater. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Gun. 20. 4 down. Ready. Back 25. Got it. Let him go.
After the interception, here's Ryan. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Falcons turn that interception into a touchdown. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Get wide now.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Get wide now. Get wide now. All day, every day.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. That's caught by Meredith, right side. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means they're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And this would have been returned to right around the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
A first throw here for the backup Taylor. Here's Sanu on the catch. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now Ryan on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal.
Hey, Tuesday. Left. Hey, let's go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey,
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Saints coming out now to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
Go Delta. Go Delta. Go Delta.
Bridgewater on first down. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Call it a gain of 3. And it's a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. On third down, here's Kamara. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a play fake here on first down. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back now in Atlanta. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints get a bit closer. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives, and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football. But they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Space. 20.
Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Von Bell. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a two-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Delta. Delta.
Again, it's Kamara. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Running with Kamara. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Delta. Delta.
They'll try to throw here now. Bridgewater drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. Because if there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
To throw on 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A good return there, 17 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Delta.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Again, it's Jones. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On second down, it's Jones. And some room to roam now. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10. From the gun, Bridgewater. Completes this one to Meredith. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's second and 4. The give is to Jones. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Jones. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. They'll go with Jones. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down.
They had to convert there on 4th down, and they ran the football. Major surprise, but they pick it up. Now they've got to really hurry.
He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Alford. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
As much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight, Freeman. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Ryan wants to throw it. Trying to lay one up deep. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing now is Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. But he will not be able to bring it back. My goodness, what a bizarre ending. The kind of decision that could get a quarterback released before he gets back to the locker room. But fortunately for him and his crew, the ball game is over. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Falcons, they used a favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.